What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy G Waterz. We back with another episode of Solar Streets. And this week we have the talented producer, artist, DEEZLE in the building. Welcome to Solar Streets, my brother.
What's up, brother? I appreciate you, man.
Yes, man. It's nice to have you on. You have an amazing journey, and you have a new single we're gonna talk about. I mean, life is it's really making you sound real good, huh?
Yeah, you know what, man? It's funny because I was having a conversation yesterday on a podcast that I participate in here in New Orleans called
Mhm.
Uncut Feelings, and we happened to be interviewing Gangster Terrence Gangster Williams,
Okay.
and I was thanking him for the work that he put in early in the Cash Money days that, paved the way for Cash Money Records to be able to have their success and stuff. And he was like, man, he was like, but I saw your resume. You actually did the work. You know what I'm saying? You did
Mm.
the work that you did. So, you know, when you said what you said, it reminded me of that because, you know, I am grateful for my accomplishments and my journey, but I never stop working. I never stop moving forward and morphing into something different as the
Hmm.
times change. And I'm like, I don't hate AI. You know,
Got you. You're not on that.
so I'm
Like
not on the
I
AI
think
haters
people
club.
are confused or as far as I think it's just something to say now to for people. Like it's like because no one really. I mean, some people get it, but some the ones that don't get it, and don't use it. I think they're just saying don't know what to say about AI, but so they want to say something, so they just say screw
Right,
AI.
right. I think that was like people maybe in the caveman days saying, I don't like round wheels.
Right. Right, like when they say, "Hey, we don't like we don't want H, we want our 8 tracks back."
Right. Yeah, nah. Give me my iPhone,
Like
man.
now you can do so much with your phones now. Like you don't even need it. Well, you still need a studio, but you don't even need a studio.
Right. Real talk.
It's amazing. I mean, and it's going to continue to get more different for everybody. So you got to continue to elevate and adapt to whatever's
Yeah, you
going
gotta
on.
adapt, man, and use it as it's all tools, man. It's like whoever invented the hammer.
Right. And nothing lasts forever. Like it's something somebody's gonna create something just like a song. A song is gonna last forever. That time is for that song, then another song's gonna come.
Yep. Straight
And
up.
and you've been producing them, so you know more than
Yeah,
anybody.
you gotta keep doing it, baby. You can't rest on your laurels and chill. You gotta
Facts.
stay active, stay current,
Stay
stay
on
getting new
stay
sounds.
on it.
Yeah, you gotta stay on it.
All right, so let's get into it. Before the industry knew your name, what did music look like for you growing up?
So for me growing up, I started playing alto sax at 9 years old.
Okay.
I knew at 5 years old that I wanted to be a professional musician. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I had no idea of how to even buy an instrument or like, what to ask my parents for at that age.
Hmm.
But by the time I was 14, I was in a brass band here in New Orleans, and we were already, getting paid to do gigs and stuff like that. Um, so music for me it was not only fun and something for me to explore and grow and have a journey in, but it was also a source of income. So, I didn't have to go try to sell drugs. I did, but try to, but
To
I
sell a what?
drugs.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying those are the options for a young
Yeah.
teenager who wants to make money. I wanted to
Mhm.
take my girl to the movies and get a car and all that kind of stuff. And it's
Right.
like, but music was a form of business for me as well.
At
So
what age you said? What age you
at
start?
14, at 14, I
14?
started
Nice.
making money playing music.
Thank
And
God.
yeah, thank God, bro. And then by the time I was 16, I had a grass cutting business and I had a car stereo installation business.
Man,
So
at 16, most people just start selling green at 16.
yeah, right, exactly.
You went into a whole different way of doing the green. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, man. So I would hook up my friends' stereos and and charge them to put their systems together and EQ their systems and build boxes because my dad had taught me how to do carpentry
Okay.
and we had the tools and stuff. So I was able to, to do the math and build boxes for the subwoofers and stuff. So like I was able to do that because I had access and I had information on how to like cut wood and how to make different shapes out of it and put it together and glue it and screw it and and all that stuff. So um but my love for car stereos and stuff also turned into my love for sound and sonics when it came to production.
Mm.
So when I saved up all my money, I didn't even eat lunch. Like I didn't pay for lunch at school. I would work the cafeteria line so I could save my money
Mm.
to put toward my first drum machine. And when I got my first drum machine, I bought it because I was in a singing group and we couldn't afford to buy tracks. I was the only one who had businesses, and my friends in the group, they didn't even have jobs. So I was like, if we paid $2,500 for one track,
Woo.
yeah, and this was in the 90s.
Yeah, I remember those days trying to
Yeah,
find producers to produce your beats.
yeah,
I think I financed some cars and
right.
for some people on the way up. Mm-hmm.
So, paying for the beat, paying for the studio time, we still got to write the song. We still got to record the song. We still got to pay for it to get mixed and pay for it to get mastered. So that's like 6 times we have to pay fees, and we don't know how much the studio time is going to cost because it depends on how long it takes us to record.
Right.
I was like, man, a drum machine costs $1,600. I could save up for 4 or 5 weeks, and I can go buy the drum machine and the MIDI controller, and we can make our own beats. Because I play music, so I can make the music. And then we got all the time in the world to write the songs. And then when we are
Mm-hmm.
ready, we can go into a studio and record the songs because we got all the time in the world to write them and listen to the music. So that's what I did. And we ended up not being in a group anymore because we just went to different colleges and stuff like that. But
Okay.
I had a production career and I started making beats for myself as an artist. And then people started wanting to buy them.
Okay.
Yeah. So they was like, man, who made your beats?
I
It was,
did.
I did. It was like, you sell beats? I was like, I do now.
Job number 6, business
Yeah,
number
job number
6.
6, man. Business number 6. So that's really how I got into producing for others.
Okay.
But my musical career and music business career started off pretty early. And I consider myself very fortunate because not many people. I know people who've been making music for years and they ain't never made a dime off it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm grateful that I have been able.
How do you navigate those conversations?
Well, I tell them we're making something for others. It's like when you go buy toothpaste, you want a certain thing.
Right, right, right,
When you
right.
go buy tires for your car, you want the tires that's going to work for your car.
Do they? It seems like the artists. It seems like some artists are just blind to understanding that. even though you're doing, you do what makes you happy. You create what makes you happy. It's like they forget the audience is the one that's gonna consume it. So it's like you have to keep that in mind when you're creating this music.
Yeah, because you're a product. You're
Yeah.
not just you, the artist. You're actually a product, and you're creating something for people to enjoy, to make memories to to fight for a dream to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
So, it's like you gotta keep that in mind. And with my artistry, I've been able to, my mentor taught me that a long time ago because I was making it for myself at a certain point.
Hmm.
And he said, man, if you really want to be successful, you got to make music for people
Hmm.
so they can relate to it. And you have to find within yourself where you relate to them. And that was Donald Harrison who told me that. He's a legendary saxophone player who mentored Biggie,
Oh, okay.
Esperanza Spalding, Trombone Shorty.
Hmm.
Uh, as a matter of fact, in the documentary, I got a story to tell.
Hmm.
Did you see that?
I haven't.
Okay, it's a great documentary about Big. But there's a jazz musician in there who has like a total of about 10 to 12 minutes in a 45-minute documentary about Big. That's who I'm talking about.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
I may have seen it, but I don't know if
Yeah.
there's so much stuff out now, documentary. That's like I'm numb to all this documentary stuff. Like I'm just trying to stay focused on what I can actually touch, you know?
Right. Yeah, I feel you.
It's crazy that so many distractions. Everybody's using these different platforms just to do whatever it is they doing. It's like I just want to stay focused on growing what I can grow.
Right.
But
You should check
I'm gonna
out, you
check it
should
out
check
though.
out I Got a Story to Tell. It's
Yeah.
really good.
I'm gonna
It's,
check that out.
yeah.
It's on is it where is it where you find it on
I
YouTube
think it
or
came out on Netflix, I want.
Netflix? Okay.
I think.
Okay,
But
I'm gonna check that out.
yeah, check it
Got,
out.
got one more I got a few questions for you. And this
Okay.
is my next one. What was the very first thing you learned about music that stuck with you, even before success?
I learned that if you don't, I learned that music is the only thing that's either equally or exponentially reciprocal in life. You could
Mm.
love somebody, they might not love you back.
Mm.
You cook some food, you may still be hungry after, you may not. Or you may like it as much as you thought you would, or you may not.
Right.
You drink some ice cold water when it's hot outside. If you drink it too fast, you might get brain freeze or you might get stomach cramps. But music, for every hour of practice I do, I'm at least an hour better at the minimum.
Mm.
And depending on how focused I am, I'm probably going to be an hour and a half, 2 hours better, maybe three, because I'm going to learn things in the process of my learning. So that was one of the first things about music that I that really sunk in for me and gave me my work ethic, gave me my practice ethic, and allowed me to be dedicated to it before I even had success because I knew that whatever I put into it, I was at least gonna get that back.
Right. Yeah, music is a I think it's the best gift ever because like it saves lives. It saves
Real
lives.
talk.
Yeah. So did you always see yourself behind the boards, or did that role find you over time?
That role found me I because of my hearing, one, So I had some friends who were in a singing group, and they knew I knew how to do the car stereo stuff. And I used to, like I said, I used to EQ people's systems and put systems together, and I made them sound really good.
Hmm.
So they called me to a studio one day because they couldn't get the vocals to sound right. And they were like, maybe can you come EQ these vocals? And I was like, yeah, all right. I had never been, I had never touched a console or a mixing board ever in my life.
What guided you throughout that process? Like, even with you not having done it before, like, what did you focus on to get it?
So this is what I did. I
Okay.
asked them, I said, what tracks are the vocals on? They said the vocals are on these three tracks. I said, okay. So I looked and I saw left, right, left, right, left, right. So I said, okay, I'm gonna put one set of vocals on the left, leave one center, and put one on set on the right because they had stacked their group vocals. So okay, I'm like, now we got a stereo palette. So then I looked, and as I'm listening to the vocals, I could hear that there was a lot of extra, like low mid range, like it was like woofy, like unclear and muddy. So I was like, okay, I know that's like between 200 hertz and 500 hertz. So I looked up the track, the track that the vocals were on, and I saw frequency numbers.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, I recognize that. I know frequencies. So I said, this has to be the EQ. So what I did, I low cut the, I saw like the 60 hertz roll off. I turned that all the way down. And then when it got to where I could adjust the mid range, I adjusted it to like about 400 hertz. And
Hmm.
then I pulled that back. And then bam, it opened up and it was clear. Like the vocals were out of the way of the bass and other instruments. And I just repeated that on the other tracks. And they were like, man, you did that shit in 5 minutes.
But did you know that, like, that was something you knew would happen already, and you just had to
No.
you just damn. God is good, ain't
God
he?
is good.
When you got the gift, you just got the gift. You just got to use it and watch it
Yeah,
work.
you just got to use it, man. So I just walked in and I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure this out. And they thought I knew what I was doing. Well, I did know what I was doing as far as frequencies are concerned and stuff like
Okay,
that.
so you came in understanding some part of it, but you didn't know the ins and outs of it the
I
way.
didn't know where it was at on the board. I didn't know none of that.
Okay.
And I looked for it, and then when I saw numbers I recognized, I was like, okay, this is my area right here. And that was my first time doing that, which then gave me an interest in engineering because I was like, okay, if I'm doing these productions, but my the stuff I'm producing doesn't sound the way I want it to sound. So I need to put it through a mixing board to add the qualities that I want my sounds to have.
Right.
So then that's when I got interested in studio equipment and I became an audiophile and I was reading all the mix magazines and figuring out like how Quincy Jones and Bruce Wardin
Mm.
Mike's records and how David Foster's records were being made and how Earth, Wind and Fire's records were being made. Because those records all sounded really good.
Really good. Yeah.
Like you turn them on and it's crispy and your system is bumping. So I would listen to those records and I was a back then when my dad bought all those records, I was like a toddler.
Hmm.
I could hear that and I knew how it made me feel and I knew the sonics were right. And I just, as a teenager, I got into it because that time in the studio, like that I was telling you about, it just made me go, okay, I really need to know how to do this. And it seems like a good job too. And it's a
Mm-hmm.
job in the business that's doing production, even if people aren't yet hiring me to be a producer. I could still do engineering and learn from other producers, which is what ended up happening.
Did you ever get to engineer for like a any session that changed your life? Was there a session that changed your life as an engineer?
So I've had a lot of life-changing sessions.
Okay.
So my internship at the first studio that I actually worked in,
Hmm.
the day I walked in, because it was a really good and reputable studio in the city here in New Orleans. The day I walked in for my first day of my internship, Aaron Neville was doing a thing for HBO.
Dang.
Yeah, so I walk in the studio and it's a whole HBO crew and like they're talking language, they talking film language and audio language that I had no idea what it was. You know, they talking about time code and like they're talking to the grips and the camera guys and all this stuff and like camera speed and blah blah blah, this and that, all this lingo that I had no idea what it was. But I just shut up and listened and paid attention and paid attention to what happened when they would say certain things.
Mhm.
So, okay, when you say these words, this person needs to go do this, or this is going to happen, or the artist needs to do this when you say this. And that was the initial life changer. But then a couple of months later, I got offered a session that my boss didn't want to do. And when he told me, I was like, why you don't want to do the session? He was like, oh man, my girlfriend, she's, tripping. She wants me to be home. So I was like, all right, cool. I was like, who is it? And when they told me who it was, I said, man, you sure you don't want to do this session?
Who was it?
So I get to the studio, in walks Donald Harrison, the guy I was telling you about.
Okay, okay, okay.
We didn't know each other at this time.
But you was familiar with him before
I
when
was
you
familiar with him because he's a legendary saxophone player, and
right, all right, and you
I
started
played
out as a
sax.
sex. Right, right,
I played sax, so I knew
right.
exactly who he was. He had number one radio hits. Um, so I was like, absolutely, I'll do this session. So we started talking when he walked in. I had the mic set up and stuff, and he gave me the track. I put it in in on the tape, and I recorded his vocals. I mean, not his vocals. I recorded the saxophone. He was like, man, like, you got my horn sounding really good.
Hmm.
He was like, I don't know if my horn ever sounded this good. And I said, you know, thanks. And, I just did what I know to do. And then I said, by the way, my last name is Harrison too.
Wow.
He said, what? He said, oh, nah, you my man. You my guy. It was like, we family, you my
We
guy.
cousins.
Yeah,
I'm your
we
uncle.
cousins. Yeah, I'm your uncle. So he was like, nah, you my guy from here on out. And that's been 30 years, bro.
Damn.
It's been 30 years
Come on, Unc.
that we've been rocking together.
That's
So
what's up.
that session really changed my life because he taught me, like, he made me get an MPC instead of the drum machine that I was using,
Hmm.
which changed my life. He uh, taught me so much about music and about production, put me on the radio the first time in my life
Mm.
on one of his records, and he was like, you ever been on the radio? I said, no. He was like, I'm about to do that for you.
Like when you say he put you on the radio, were you as an engineer or he allowed you was
For me as an artist,
as an artist? Oh, okay.
yeah. I had engineered it too.
So you was playing a sax or you was singing on that one?
No, I was singing.
Okay.
I was singing and rapping. So
Oh
he,
my God! I mean, let me ask you this: is there anything you in within the musical form that you don't do?
you know what? I don't play violin and I don't play harp.
All right, so all right, respectfully, we all right. You left that to whoever could do those. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Well, why did you not learn those two? Like, was it, you wasn't attracted to those?
Well, I didn't. So saxophone was cool, and guitar was cool,
Hmm.
like in the hood. And like when I picked the saxophone to play at 9 years old, it was because of Grover Washington's Wine Light. And every time that song would come on, like my mama's friends and all them who would be at the house, they'll be like, "Oh, I just love the way that's," and they start, wiggling in their
Hmm.
seat. I'm like, "Well, shit,
I like that.
I like that." So that's the instrument I need to play.
That's what's
So
up.
that was the saxophone thing. But uh yeah, man, I've sing rap, I did opera, did ballet, did modern dance,
Hmm.
all that kind of stuff. Like real, like, Renaissance man type stuff. Uh
That's dope.
yeah, I'm so glad I did too. I played in orchestras, I played in jazz bands, I played um in symphonic bands. Um yeah, and
There's not too many rooms that that you can't that you walk into that you don't feel some type of relatability.
oh yeah, I could walk into any room and function. Like I speak Spanish and write in Spanish and English.
Oh man, you do good in the Bronx.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also in a band and we do music in Spanglish. And uh we done had number ones this year and overseas and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
So not only, have I been going number one and having, success in the straight up English market, but I also did it and am doing it in the Spanglish and Latin market as well.
That's incredible, man. I
Yeah.
mean, it's an honor to have you on the Soul of the Streets. It makes the title of the show even so much better because you
Thank you,
definitely
man.
have the soul and you are hitting all the streets.
Right.
That's what's up. So you got your new record, my hands on your body. You
Yeah.
just released. What kind of vibe were you aiming for when you created this record?
I wanted it to be like sexy line crossing R&B, but still able to be top 40
Hmm.
as far as the sound of the record. And then the content of the record, I wanted it to be like a dream state. Like,
Because it's a fun record. It's grown, but it feels big. Like it's like it feels like I was wondering like your mindset because now I get it because like you have so many different facets to you what you've been able to do so far. I was
right.
like, man, so you bring all that into you put all that into your music, and it
Yeah.
just feels like it's just exploding on
Yeah. And
on a
that's what
calm level.
I wanted it to feel like a calm explosion. So the uh the benefit of having been in music, all my life, I've been a lot of places. It's taken me all over the world. I've lived in other countries and all that stuff. So when I say it in the song, it's like the 4th of July in New York City.
Yeah,
That's a real thing. And
it's a very real thing.
if
Yeah,
you know it, you know it. It's a good time. Then I say it's like having a kiss in Paris, France. That's one of the most romantic cities in the world. You know what I'm saying? And then uh in the
and these
second,
are all experiences that you have lived.
yeah, this is
It's
all
not
stuff
just
I've
lyrics
lived.
that you just like. just throwing out there. These are all experiences
No,
that,
these are all experiences.
that's crazy. That's kind of like how that Janet song "Runaway" is when she just throwing out. Oh man,
Yeah. So, it's like watching the sunrise on the Serengeti.
yeah.
There's only one place that sunrise happens, and it's there. And then I say it's like taking a walk on the river in New Orleans. When you take a walk on the river in New Orleans, especially at night,
Hmm.
you hear saxophone in the distance. You hear it's dimly lit on the boardwalk. You hear the river splashing up against the shoreline. You see ships come through, and it's just such a unique thing, just like the 4th of July in New York City.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's such a unique thing where when I'm describing my hands on this woman's body,
Hmm.
it's like those things. It's not rah rah and all that kind of stuff. It's smooth and it's like so soothing and so relaxing. It make you say ah.
And that's in the song too. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah,
that's like all the elements of a lived hit.
yeah. It really is, bro. I
How
lived on.
did it feel once you put all that stuff? Is all your music like that, or you really?
Yeah, my music is all personal experiences.
Sheesh, and but you live in all those different places, so that means you got a lot of. So is the album out, or is it coming out? What's
Well,
going
it's
on?
an EP. So what I did it like way back in the G. I put the regular version, I
Hmm.
put the instrumental, I put the acapella,
Okay, you did
and
it.
I
Okay,
and I put the song with no drums. So I made it like a maxi single.
okay.
Yeah. But I do have enough material to put an album out.
Hmm.
But I did put out my producer album in January. It's called Diesel Presents the Box Bangers. You got to check
Okay,
that one out.
I definitely will.
I put it out in January. So I'm gonna be releasing another producer album this next year in 2026.
Hmm.
It'll be the volume 2 of Diesel Presents the Box Bangers, which features different artists that I have relationships with from all over the world, the country and the world.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's just a display. It's kind of like say, like my DJ Khaled album or my, where I'm getting the homies on the album and
There's a
mixing.
lot of features, so it's real feature heavy of the people
Yeah,
that you work
it's
with
very
along the way.
feature heavy. My
Okay,
producer albums are
okay.
because it's people who I want to have shine and people who I want to see.
These are upcoming artists or people who are already
Some of them
known.
are upcoming artists and some of them are well established. Like Young City is on that album.
Okay.
Sonny Patterson, who's a world-renowned poet, is on that album. One of the hottest young cats, well, actually, two of the hottest young cats, like in the street here in New Orleans, Junior Montana is
Hmm.
on that album, and another one named Nas Got Next. Then you got Crucial from Global Warming. You got uh uh Mm, the real Gino, TRG. Like,
Hmm.
so, it's so many people that's featured on the album that I wanted to see be a part of a great project. 3D Nati is on the album.
Okay.
You know Nati, the girl who lived in a van and she goes around the country rapping in like random ass spots,
Mm-mm.
making songs with
The
people.
only one, the only person I know living in the car or moving around was Dawn from Invo.
Oh, got you. No,
I
Nati is
got.
doing
I'm
it
gonna
on
tap in.
purpose.
I'm gonna tap into her.
Nati is doing it on purpose.
Mm.
Like she
All
built
right,
a van and
and
she
with purpose.
yeah, and with purpose. Yeah. So it's a part of her podcast that she does where she goes around and she'll pick a city and say, "Hey, I'm coming to your city. Whoever wants to do some freestyles with me or make
Okay,
songs with me, I'm pulling up with my van and my recording studio and we're
that's
gonna do it
dope.
right there on the street." Yeah, it's dope. It's
And
super dope.
she's from New Orleans.
Yeah, she's from New Orleans.
Dope. New Orleans got a nice vibe, huh?
Yeah, we got a real good vibe, man. We got real good vibe, good people. We got
Soulful.
Trombone Shorty, Christian Scott, Jay Elect, uh,
Yeah.
Cash Money, No Limit.
I mean, that's it, right? You don't gotta really say no.
Yeah, that's a
And then,
lot.
and then they got Diesel, so
And they got Diesel. Real
bringing
talk.
it all home, bring it all
Yeah.
home. Let me ask this for the people who know you mainly as a producer. What do you want this record to tell them about Diesel right now?
I want this record to tell them, go look at all my past stuff because I'm only a producer because I couldn't afford to buy beats when I was young. And people started buying my beats and I started making money off beats and making hits off being a producer in the midst of being an artist. So
Damn.
go check out all my other stuff.
How long did it take you to become a hit producer from your first beat that you sold? Like how long did it take?
Okay, my first beat I sold, bro, this is hilarious. I borrowed somebody's ASR 10.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even know how to get the beat out the machine. Like I had to ask the dude at the studio, how do I get it out the machine? And I that was when I was like a freshman in college because I was in college for biology pre-med. And
Okay.
yeah. So from that point, my so my first when people started calling them hits, it probably took me about 3 years from the time when I really was professionally making tracks
Okay.
to when people started calling the records that I was producing hits. They were calling them hits, but I hadn't had like chart success and all of that stuff yet, because those are quote unquote certified hits,
Right.
but a hit when you hear one,
Hmm.
whether it's in your computer or it's on the charts.
You just gotta be in the system.
Yeah, exactly. Right, exactly. So, but from
That's really dope that you said that. I mean, not to that's a very, very. I mean, that's very important. Like, cause you know a hit. Cause people, like, how you know it's a hit? You know, people don't know a hit. Like, you do. Like, certain people do know what's a hit.
I
It's just,
know,
I know what a hit is too. It's like you just now whether now the money is there to push it to become a bigger
right?
hit
That's a whole
is
different
another
thing.
thing. Yeah, but this the song itself. I
Yeah,
know. Yeah, I know
you
what I
feel
bought
it.
when I was a kid.
You you feel it
Yeah.
when you can't stop singing it. Probably it. When you're walking 2 weeks later after you heard it, and it just comes out of your mouth, probably
Yeah.
it.
Probably so.
Like my boy,
You may want to take this one
you
serious.
may want to take this one serious. My homeboy called me yesterday. He said, "Man, I was in a corner store by my house. Now this like he live in the hood, and he's at the corner store buying some smokes. He said I was standing in line and I heard a girl behind me. She was singing, and guess what she was singing? I said, "What?" He said she was going, "My hands on your body,
Mm,
say I." And I was like, "Where were you?" He was like, "Bro, I'm at the store, like round the corner from my house." And I was like, "Wow, that's dope," because I haven't yet ran into anybody just singing the song.
right.
It's clearly effective and it's clearly sticky and it's a hit. It's really that. So another thing to answer the other part of your question about the intention of the song.
Hmm.
So I learned in in the course of my career, I learned the difference between urban radio money,
Hmm.
rhythmic radio money,
Mm,
and top 40 radio money.
hmm. In different genres, right? In all the
Huge
genres.
differences. Huge differences. So I've been on all those charts and I've had records as a producer to be on all those charts at the same time.
Mm. So what record would people know from each one that you mentioned?
So
From the urban.
Lollipop was on all those charts at the same time.
Oh my God, you did Lollipop?
Oh yeah, I did Lollipop. I did Miss Officer. I did Let the
You
Beat
did
Build.
Mr. Officer?
Yeah, I did Let the Beat Build.
What?
I'd like to thank Kanye, my nigga Diesel, for giving me this Diesel like a
That's
F-350.
you?
That's me.
Oh God. So the streets is in these streets.
Yeah, bro. I did Miss
Whoa.
Officer. Diesel on that beat.
What?
Let's see what key I played it in. When I get up all in ya.
You played it?
That's me playing.
No, you just played it just now?
I just played it just now.
I couldn't hear it.
Oh, you couldn't hear it? It's the
Uh-uh.
guitar's not plugged in.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
Well, salute. That album is classic.
let me see if I can get it where you can hear it. I got all this jewelry on too, but so it's kind of clanky.
You said, wait. Man.
Yeah. When I get up all in ya. Now you was able to
What?
hear that, right?
Oh yeah, that's some shit right there. So damn, so that was on every format. That was rhythmic and urban.
Yeah, Miss Officer was rhythmic and urban. It didn't do pop radio really.
Mm-hmm. But
Um,
Lollipop did pop.
Lollipop was on pop radio,
Everything.
urban, and rhythmic radio. Yeah.
Nice. All right.
In making my own songs, I wanted them to be able to be on at least two formats at the
Mm-hmm.
same time because it just expands your possibilities of success. You book different shows from rhythmic radio than you do urban radio than you do pop radio. You know, you all those markets are different and they're approached differently. So I know that the chances of the odds of me having success and having number one records and having top 10 records is by being in at least two formats.
Yeah, and I can't have you on the show and you did Lollipop and we don't say rest in peace Static.
That's my boy.
Because that I mean, that era was just so incredible as far as like where we are today. Like a lot of this generation was raised off of Lil Wayne. Like that's
Right.
all I hear from artists that I work with today. Like if it's not the newer, not the newer artists, but the artists that
Right
are out
before
right now.
them.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
saying they always say Lil Wayne, Lil Wayne. I'm like Lil Wayne. I'm like he's young to me. But it's like I'm used to hearing people saying Jay-Z or somebody, but then I just started hearing the wave of Lil Wayne. Now I hear Drake but that's great. So we guys had to give a shout out to Static with you on
Yeah,
this
big
live.
shout out to Static. So most people don't know that Static had more number ones than Mariah Carey. I mean, Static had like 19 number ones that he wrote, like as a songwriter.
On the pop charts.
Pop charts, R&B charts, because Static did all that Pretty Ricky stuff too.
Mm,
5 in the morning.
yeah.
So if you listen to those vocals, that's Player. Static was in Player.
Right.
And you hear Static on all those backgrounds and all that. Static wrote Rock the Boat for Leah,
Yeah.
One in a
That's I mean,
Million.
R&B is like we've lost so many great R&B people. Like it's impossible to have it the way it used to be because a lot of the creators are just not here
Not
anymore.
that. Right. And so another funny thing that most people don't know. So you know how everybody's using auto-tune now?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, T-Pain was the one who was doing it on his records and he was singing with it. But who started rapping with auto-tune? Lil Wayne. What was the
Mm,
biggest record with auto-tune that he had? Lollipop.
Lollipop.
I was the one who was doing Lil Wayne's auto tune on all those records.
What?
Yes.
So I mean, you gotta be super proud of everything that he's been able to. Just seeing how he's grown as an artist, man, his family and everything. Like that's gotta be
Yeah.
dope for you to know. Just oh, that's dope.
Yeah. I met Wayne when Wayne was 8.
Sheesh.
He was hanging out with Fresh, and Fresh was telling me that they was about to do his album. And I was like, I think I was a freshman or a sophomore in college. And and yeah, Wayne was a little 8-year-old. And Fresh was like, yo, Darius, we about to do his album. And I was like, all right. So fast forwarding, so many people don't realize the influence that I've had on the world by making those records. Cause I done did like 40 Lil Wayne records that's out, like all those mixtapes and all that kind of
Hmm.
stuff. Yeah. And uh
You have a favorite Lil Wayne record that you produced?
Let the Beat Bill is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Let the Beat Bill is just a classic hip hop record that doesn't get old. It's new every time you hear it. And then Mrs. Officer, I would say,
That's classic.
is my second favorite because every time I walk out the house, I hear it,
Right.
which means I'm making money.
That's a fact. Ching,
Yeah.
ching.
But
How did your life change after that album? That one particular album.
well, then that was just a total career elevation. Because I had already worked on the Carter One,
Mm.
engineering with Fresh, and then the Carter Two, I had some production on. Uh, but then the Carter Three, I had 7 records on the Carter Three, and
Mm.
that just totally. And I engineered the whole thing and did all the vocal
This
production.
is a moment. This is a Soul Streets moment. Like it's like it's when you do like when I do my research and get my questions together and stuff, I try to think of like I try to I don't go for the obvious things because
Right,
now I'm starting to speak to a lot of different people and it's impossible for me to just know everything about everybody. But
right,
when you learn, I mean, but this is the way that just came in there today was just a what?
yeah. So literally, bro, I've like, that record. We had global number ones, like world number ones, not
That album
America.
solidified Lil Wayne as the greatest rapper of all of his generation.
Right, totally. And that album has survived for what it came out in '08. In two
Hmm.
years, that album will have survived 20 years. Miss Officer still playing, Lollipop still playing, Let the Beat Bill still playing, A Millie still playing.
Still playing.
You know what I'm saying? So, and on top of that, that so I have personally, in conjunction with Wayne, affected just on his fan base alone, almost 20 years. Well, actually over 20 years, because I worked on the Carter One too.
Hmm.
And I worked on one, two, and three, and all the mixtapes, the droughts and Louisianas and all those. So over 20 years of influence. Now, pass the baton to Drake. I
You
was
did some Drake stuff
I
too?
was there when Drake showed up. Me and my homeboy KC did the first record Drake and Wayne ever did together. It's called I'll Take Your Girl.
Wow,
Yeah. And I was there when Nicki showed up.
man. You got I mean you got the top three right there.
Right. So add that to the legacy. 11 years of Drake having number one albums. And sampling Lollipop was just brought that back again.
Right.
It's on CN Tower and it's on the Kiki. Do you love me? And then this chick named Young Miko from Puerto Rico just sampled Lollipop this year on her song called What's Up? And she went number one again with it.
Oh
So
my
that's
God.
another number one. You know what I'm saying? So
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
it's the gift that keeps on giving,
You
bro.
know, lollipops was always a good. It was always good growing up as a kid. You know, you always had to
Yeah,
get you. You know, that was a genius title
right.
right there.
Yeah, that was Static, bro.
That was genius.
That was Static, man.
Wow.
A genius. And then people don't realize with him, Drake sampled Static so much on his albums.
Hmm.
Like Static still
It's
is
still alive.
very present and alive, and people don't even realize that they're being affected by his artistry.
Sheesh.
Because Drake got a song that I can't remember the name of the song, but it's on one of Drake's last albums. But
Hmm.
it's a totally a Static sample.
So do you feel like with the whole Drake and Kendrick thing, like what's your stance on that? Like, do you even care about that? Did you even?
So yeah, I care, and I'll tell you why. So I'm gonna say some things that may end up being controversial, but it's cool
Okay.
because I'm saying what I'm saying, and I'm
And
standing.
you Diesel, you can say it. Like you.
Yeah, I'm saying it. I never been a Kendrick fan, bro. I just
Mm,
never was into like I don't even remember. I remember that swimming pool song,
hmm.
the three shots and take a swimming pool and dive in it. And I remember They Not Like Us. I can't tell you another. Well, I'm lying. The one with SZA from Wakanda, from
Okay.
maybe the night that the stars might let me know. That's my favorite Kendrick song.
Okay.
Other than that, I never listened to Kendrick like that. And
You, do you think it was like? Do you think they're trying to force this thing, like, or because it doesn't feel as natural, like it seems like they're just trying to get him out of here, like they're trying to get Drake out of here, but it's just not happening.
I
Like it's
mean, yeah, if he keep holding down the number one spot, niggas gonna be mad. And
yeah,
this, when we talking about people he helped, bro.
right.
We talking about people he literally helped. They have a lot of them dudes got to where they got because he was like, okay, boom, let me carry you with me. Let me pick you up. Let me give you an elevation right quick. Let me put you on the escalator.
Hmm.
So, and then the other thing is for us, so like, let's talk about the Super Bowl.
Hmm.
Super Bowl in New Orleans, Kendrick performs. Sammy Jackson do the whole Uncle Sam thing and all that. The halftime show to me was subpar.
Hmm.
It was just a bunch of dancing and a rap concert. Financially, if Wayne performs, he got to do my songs. That's TV time and TV money on the Super Bowl and reintroduces them songs to those around the world who maybe haven't
Mm.
heard them.
Uh,
Drake got to come. Drake got to come do songs that I'm on. You dig what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
So it's like taking bread out of my pocket.
yeah,
So
yeah.
in that
It's
case,
it's yeah,
yeah, they can miss me with that shit.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
I'm
definitely,
team Drake.
definitely.
And Drake
Yeah,
is cool.
that's like yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So be mad. I don't give a shit.
yeah,
Like that's how I feel. And I'm on that. Like,
yeah,
yeah, they took bread out of our pocket intentionally.
yeah. I see that point. I see that point. Yeah, because you can't have Lil Wayne on Super Bowl and not do those songs.
You can't not do those songs. He has to do those songs.
And it's like, well, hopefully he get a chance to do it at some point, and that opportunity presents itself again. But it's
Yeah,
not. But it won't be a new. But it's got to. But that was New Orleans, and
it
that's
was
like,
New Orleans, bro.
yeah,
Like it's the
yeah,
crib, bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like, come on.
yeah. And
Super
he's too
Bowl in
big.
LA,
He's too
and you're
big
gonna do
for
it without
that.
Dr. Dre and without
Yeah,
Eminem and without 50 Cent? No,
yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
do it with them. But you know, when when you got knowing underlying things, when you have folks in charge that really don't like us like that, but they in charge of the talent, it's
Mm,
like, oh, okay, yeah, let me stick it to him right quick. You did,
got you.
yeah.
Got it.
So
Got it.
yeah,
But I mean, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But thank you for the music. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the
yeah,
day, the music is the music, and no one can take that away from. No one can take the greatness out of that music. So regardless of,
real talk,
so
real talk. Because when you know when you think about it, like how many summers Kendrick been number one?
yeah. Yeah, well, oh, no.
I
When it
can't
comes
tell
to
you.
Drake, and when it comes to like, I like them both. I like them both for different reasons. Like Drake is more every day. He's giving you something for every time. Like he just on that run. Like he like how Mariah's run was. Like
Right,
she just like it just nonstop.
right,
Nonstop, nonstop. Just always had a song for you for that era. There's not a year you can't go by and you're not. There's always an
right.
artist like Rihanna. Always had a song out. This captures that moment for every
Exactly.
year. That's how I see Drake. Kendrick is like it's more like moments. Like he comes out every other 2, 3 years or whatever, and then it's a big bang,
Right.
which is dope. But it's not like Drake really puts in like time and making albums. Like he makes albums like consistently, projects
Yeah. And
consistently. Yeah.
he touching you, he's giving you
He's giving you parties, giving you the
he's
girl
giving you
songs, he's giving you
humanity
everything.
as he's giving you humanity as a whole.
And he's I mean, and he can rap. So it's
He
like,
can totally rap.
people be like, "Oh, he sing too much." I'm like, it don't matter if he sing too much. Like he's singing good.
He's
Like
singing good.
it's never too much if it's good. Like it's like you just want to complain about something.
Right.
If it's good music, let it be good music and enjoy it.
He's singing good, the content is good. He raps
Exactly.
good, and when he rap, he says some real clever stuff that
Yeah.
people
The
not
lyrics.
thinking of.
I've never heard of a song by Drake lyrically that wasn't good. That didn't make sense.
Me either.
As cheesy as songs, they make sense. Like they're thought out and well written, and that's all. Like everybody don't want to be thinking all the time. Like
Right.
nobody got time to be thinking. You got to worry about this and that. Like sometimes you just want to just put on something and just get in the mood.
And vibe. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and Drake gives you a good balance of all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, whew. Well, is there an artist, past or present, that's still on your bucket list to create with? After them three, I don't even know.
You know what, bro? I've been very fortunate and I've worked with a lot of very uh highly regarded artists and and I I'm grateful for that. But the one person I wanted to make records for that was on my bucket list was Mike Jack, bro. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
really wanted to do some Michael records. And I had done some to submit for him, but it just wasn't going through the right channels. So I know it didn't get to him. But I actually did some songs, some demos for Mike that I feel like would have really just killed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
but but yeah, that
But
was
them songs probably be fit for somebody else now.
well, yeah. They
We still got Breezy.
we do have Breezy, but this, you know, that's a good point. I'm a I should send that to him.
Yeah.
I should send that to him. I didn't
You
think about
should.
it.
You with your gift,
I should send that to him.
you should send that to him because he's the only, not the only one, but he's all that new artist that Usher is working with. Jadon.
That kid is dope.
Yeah.
That kid is dope. The only thing, this record is is too pop for that kid
Okay.
at this point. Because they R&B in him right now, and then
Right.
he'll move his way into rhythmic and pop records. But that kid is super dope. Like he got it. But Breezy, I worked on the X album.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Okay.
yeah, on the song called Time for Love with my homeboys from Free School.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. So we only
Yeah.
have time for love, for love, for love. Yeah.
Breezy, another one. He just got too much music. Not too much music, but just like music for days. Like it's hard for
He
me.
don't stop. He
I went
don't
to the
stop.
concert and I was like, I didn't know whatever I was at. It was just like hit after hit after hit after hit. And I was like, wait, and another one, and another one. I was like, I don't have to go to no more concerts for the rest of the
You know
year.
what somebody made me realize? So I was looking on Instagram and I saw one of my homeboys' pages, and he made me realize that something that doesn't get acknowledged much or at
Mhm.
all is that every year Chris Brown have a number one R&B album. And it's been like that for
Forever.
decades.
Forever. Like what 2005, 6 he came out like and
Yeah.
he's been doing it crazy
Swing,
ever since.
swing,
Yeah.
swing, swing, swing.
Yeah, he's definitely the top of his generation. Like I don't I'm too old to be saying who's the best of all. Like I know who's the best for me, or like I
Right,
have my personal favorite for
right,
that. For my just who I grew up with. Michael Jackson. That's my number one. Michael
right.
Jackson. But with that being said, I've never experienced another male artist like as from a kid. Like it was dope to be able to catch someone from a kid into
Right.
them becoming an adult.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of run that Michael Jackson had. Like because and
Oh,
maybe in New Edition, like their run
yeah.
because they were kids when they came up and they're still doing it today. So but like solo wise, like yeah, Chris
Breezy,
Brown,
man. Breezy, bro.
yeah. He
Breezy. And he could stand in front of you singing and do a sideways flip and land it. And
that
still
part.
key.
That and he's another and what I really respect about him is and just any artist, but definitely him, when they go through situations and they come out of it with their talent.
Yeah.
And it's not they don't you could tell it's affecting them, but they let the music speak for themselves. And the music still it gets hotter and hotter and hotter. Like you can't deny it. You just can't
Right.
deny it. And I'm just glad that he's been able to create and not be punished. Like, even though they try to shut some doors from
Right.
down on him, but he's still been able to maintain in a mighty way.
He's still killing.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you something that I hadn't realized up until a couple of months ago.
Hmm.
I know Breezy is Breezy. So there were a series of concerts back to back here in town.
Hmm.
They were advertising Billie Eilish, Chris Brown with Janae, and I forget who else was with Chris and them.
This
But
last one
yeah, like
was Summer Walker and Bryson
was it,
Tiller.
was it them four?
That was the one I saw. It was over the summer. It was Bryson Tiller and Summer Walker opened up for him.
This one was like in October here
That
at the
just okay. Yeah, I saw him in the summertime, so they could have switched up by then.
maybe, but I know Janae was with him.
Hmm.
at this concert. So I see Billie Eilish, they advertising her at the arena, which holds about 15,000
Mm-hmm.
because it's a basketball arena. Breezy at the Dome,
Mm.
which holds 85,000. And I was like, that's the difference. Like he's still doing stadiums. You can't put Chris Brown in no arena. You're gonna have to do 3 or 4 dates.
Yeah.
Breezy's
I'm
still
super proud of
doing
that, bro.
stadiums.
I'm proud of that, man. Like he's
Me
like,
too, bro.
yeah, I was like,
And he cool.
yeah,
The dude is cool.
yeah,
Like he a real chill dude.
yeah.
So, I would have thought that Billie Eilish would be in the stadium too. But that just goes to show you, no,
Not yet.
not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. But it's like Chris Brown's star is like his star power is crazy. Like, and you don't notice it because they try to suppress it so much. So, but
Right.
the people coming out, like he's one of those ones that the people are gonna come out. We're gonna come out for Breezy. We're gonna come out.
Right. Totally. And that's undeniable.
That's a fact.
When the Ticketmaster start winning,
I can't wait to see the next one. So we're gonna close this out because they're gonna shut us down. I could talk. We
okay,
could. I mean, you got too much history there. We can go on for 2 hours. Good
for
lord.
sure.
So let's say finish this sentence. Music has given me blank, and I'm still building blank. What would you fill in those blanks with?
Music has given me vision, and I'm still building my legacy.
Man, and you already built a legacy, so you building more on to the
I'm
legacy.
still doing it.
Man, Diesel, this has been an amazing conversation. I've learned so much. I mean, I'm just. I mean, this is what I do this show for. Like, I thank you for being a guest on the Solar Streets, and shouts to Chantel, shouts to the whole team,
Yeah.
and continue blessings, continue. I mean, I'm looking forward to everything that's this record, my hands on your body gonna do, and just keep your hands in them studios because
I am.
you pumping them hits out, brother.
So I'm dropping the remix album in a couple of days. So we did a New Orleans bounce remix,
Mm-hmm.
a dance remix, and an Afrobeat remix.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
How can the people find you on social media?
At DEEZLE, DEEZLE,
Mm-hmm.
Gets, GETS, Grammys, GRAMMYS. So it's DEEZLE Gets Grammys.
That's what's up, yo. And I see why you got them. When you said when I saw your title, your tag, I was like, man, what did I wonder what he got the Grammys for? And now you said that, I was like, man, they just need to give you another one, another Grammy this year just for the hell of it.
Right.
Yo, man, it's been a blessing. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
I
Hopefully we
appreciate
can
you,
do it
my brother.
again.
Yeah, let's do it again. I'm with it.
All
Let's
right,
do
cool.
volume 2.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, my brother.
Have a good one.
You too, bro. Appreciate you.
You already.
Peace.